What's up? I'm Meg.
I'm La.
And we're somebody's unhinged sister. I feel like every time I'm on this microphone, I'm more tired than I was the week before. Like every single time.
Yep, one day you're just going to be asleep.
Yeah, you just talk and I'll just be here.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is that? Weekend at Bernie's? Where they like prop up the dead guy?
I don't know if I've ever
that.
seen
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's old. But basically, it's a dead guy and they like prop him up everywhere and make him look like he's alive. That's just me. It's funny. It's a comedy. Oh, goodness. Anyway, how was your week? Or weekend, I guess. What day is this? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was chill. Had a pool day. Yeah, that was all. Oh, we were riding around looking for pets because I think I said last week, like
you're like in it.
Yeah,
like you're looking for pets.
Yeah, well, I mean, like kind of ish. But if doobies would have had axolotls, because I know sometimes they do.
Yeah.
I would have got one, but they didn't. And so, yeah, we looked at like Colin wants a snake, but already said can't do that.
God, I cannot.
But then we went to the, like the pet supermarket over by Harris Teeter, and they have like the little neon fish, like they literally glow.
Yeah, like the black light fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we might possibly get some fish because of like one of each color.
I feel like you can still get an axolotl though too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know Doobies had them one time, but I feel like they haven't had them ever since. So I don't know if they're just like hard to find or.
I don't know. I've never looked into them actually.
They live like 15 years or something, which is insane to me, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's a long time for a lizard. It's not a lizard. It's a salamander. Right? Okay, yeah.
And then they had it was like because Doobies is like the parrot shop around here.
Oh my God, yeah. They have so many birds.
Canors or whatever they're called. But there was one, oh God, what was it called? It starts with an R. A Ruppel parrot or something like that.
No.
But it was like black and gray. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It was like I think $3,000, which is why I did not get it.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, I already had like a name picked out and everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then I started researching because birds. It's because I have veneers. I learned that on the internet. But birds are like require a lot of attention and everything. And apparently with these, they'll pick like their one person, and then they get extremely jealous of anyone else that like. I
kind of love that though.
Yeah, but I'm like, I already have a jealous dog. I don't need a jealous bird too. Which maybe it would pick Colin. That'd be good for him.
Maybe. I have like narcissistic tendencies and I feel like I would love a bird to be attached to me.
Yeah. It'd be cool. Especially when he was so cool. Like he's like mostly like really dark gray with like a little bit of like black on his head. I love him. And then like I think
Does he talk?
So they're actually, which is another reason I was like, if I wanted a bird, it'd be this one. He doesn't like tweet a lot. Like, how a lot of birds just never shut up. Mm-hmm. They're apparently like the least talkative of the like parrots and stuff. That's the kind you need. Yeah, but I think they can still like learn word. I mean, not as much as like macaws and like the big parrots, because it's like
they scare me.
Little macaws.
Oh I mean, they're beautiful. Not like they don't scare me as in like the way they look or the size. Just their brain. Yeah. Their brain scares me.
I've wanted one my whole life, but they require a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they get lonely if you're not home much. And like
just take them with you.
Maybe when I'm like retired, but they live forever, so
just pass them down.
Yeah.
Well, you can just get like the pirate bird. Just have it on your shoulder at all times.
Yeah.
All the time.
Just be cutting hair with a bird on my shoulder.
Yeah, literally. Why not? What's her name? Mama Tot has a bird.
Really?
She got one as like a therapy animal after her son passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was when she got it. Maybe it was before that. But either way, it's like a therapy animal. And she has this vest thing that she wears. It kind of looks like a bib, but it has all these like bird toys on it. Uh-huh. And that way, if he like poops or whatever, it doesn't get on her clothes. And he just like chills with her all the time and like plays with the toys on the vest and is just with her all the time.
One of my parakeets I had growing up, I had two. The first one was the coolest, but he would do that. Like you could walk around the house and he'd either sit on your shoulder or like on your head. And then like if like someone could whistle and he would like go and land on their shoulder. It was the coolest thing ever. But my mom, is terrified of birds. Have you ever heard this story?
She is terrified of birds. Yes, I know this story.
Yeah, mom's absolutely, that's like the one thing she just can't do is birds. And my bird, he would go fly, land on this person's shoulder. Like that's what he did. So he took off after mom one day, tried to land on her shoulder. And so she like takes off running and he's flying after her like, dude, I'm just trying to land on your shoulder.
Yeah, like I'm not attacking you.
Yeah, like what is happening? She was like, because my parents' house, it's kind of like a circle from the dining room, living room, kitchen. Like you can go around a circle. Mom's just running around the circle, took down all like the dining room chairs, and my bird's like, I just want to land on your shoulder.
Well, she just went outside.
Yeah,
close the door really quick.
But he was cool. His name was Zeke. He was probably one of like
Oh, that's cool.
The coolest pets I've ever
Yeah,
had.
I don't think you had him when I was around.
Oh yeah, no,
You
this
had
is
been
like middle school.
Little, okay. Speaking of animals, I don't like reptiles very much. It's not really my thing at all. Like I love that people love them. Cool. I don't. They freak me out. And Jex and I were in my bedroom. She was supposed to be taking a nap. I was editing, and I edit in my bedroom because I have blackout curtains. It's super dark. I edit in the dark. And she comes in, and we talk or whatever, figure out whatever she needed, and then we went to walk back so I could tuck her back in. And we both at the same time froze and looked at the playroom window. And I was looking, and she was looking, and we both haven't said anything at this point. And so I have a hummingbird feeder on that window, like attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids sit there and watch the hummingbirds or whatever. I have a window seat. Well, for some reason, Jet had put one of their like toy mops across the windowsill, like where they sat. And me and her were both looking at that mop. And she was like, "Is that a stick?" And I was like, "I don't think that's a stick. What is that?" And she was like, "Is that a lizard?" And I was like, "That is a lizard in my house."
Inside the house?
Yes. On the mop.
Mm-hmm.
It had gotten like caught in the little like fibers of the mop. No, it's not all.
Was it alive?
Yes. And it was a baby. And it was like, I honestly would rather it have been a big one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have to get it out of the house. I have to.
Right.
I can't leave it in here because it's going to get, I can't take my eyes off of it, because if I take my eyes off of it, I'm going to lose it. It's going to get lost in these toys. I'm going to find a petrified dead lizard in here at one point. We have to get this out of the house. Or worst case scenario, I wake up and it's in my bed, and then I burn the house to the ground.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, Jex, you go get it. And she's like, no, you get it. And we're like sitting here like kind of silently arguing about it. I was like, just go get the mop and take it outside. Just throw the whole mop outside. She's like, no, you do it. So whatever. I go and I try to open. The hummingbird thing is coming into play.
Yeah.
I had to go, and I was like, I can open this window and just put the mop outside the window.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the fact that the hummingbird feeder makes it to where you can't open the window all the way.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm like barely opening it, like, I don't know, 2 inches maybe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like trying to shove just that portion of the mop like out, and he's like hanging on by like a toe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, ugh, I'm like gagging, and Jex is like, don't hurt it. I'm like, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to just I don't want to touch it. I'm not going to touch this lizard at all. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah.
And finally, I like got him to like just go out of the window, and he like crawled down the side of the house.
Aww.
And I like closed. Oh my God. But because I had a hole in my front door underneath like weather stripping that I have been telling my husband to change for 6 months. Finally, I had a mental breakdown. I said, we have ants coming in from the rain through the back door. Literally. They were all up the back door. We had to spray, had to put all this stuff up for the ants.
Ants are the most annoying.
I hate ants. They make me feel like so gross.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because everyone gets them. It's not a thing. It's just they're so disgusting.
Yeah.
And now I have reptilians coming in through my freaking front door. And I was like on the phone with him. I'm having a minty bee for real. Like, he probably just put the phone down at this point and walked away. I'm like, they're trying to live like their Little Mermaid life. They're trying to be where their humans are. I don't want them in here. I want them out. I need them to go, because the next animal that's going to come in here through that hole is going to be a snake.
Oh,
and if a snake comes in this house, he will come home to an empty house. There will be no humans in there, because we're leaving. I don't know where we're going. I cannot deal with the thought of that. And so now I've not slept for a week thinking, what if one's already gotten in here? What if there's a baby snake in here just living around in the house and like parties when we're asleep? And I can't deal with it actually at all.
You'd find it by now.
Oh
probably.
my God, I can't. I'm scared to even go in the playroom to like even pick it up, because I'm like, I'm going to pick up some kind of reptile.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they would go there, but it freaked me out. I hate lizards.
See, I'd be so happy if I found a lizard in my house. It would stay here
crazy.
forever.
That's what Jex was like, let's just keep him. I said, have you lost your mind?
Lizards aren't that creepy though. They're like,
it's the toes.
And yeah, they do have like.
And this one's tail had been like
balls.
bitten off or something.
Uh-huh.
So it had like a knob on its tail. And I was like, no.
It
it
would
was
grow back.
Like this big.
Yeah, it's probably growing.
No, the whole lizard was
Oh.
like this big. And I said, absolutely not. No. And I was like, please just go outside. I tried to talk him down. I was like, can you just
go,
please?
buddy.
I opened the window. I was like, please go. just go, please. Please just go out the window. But he wouldn't budge, so I had to like mop him out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't. Oh. I was already like thinking I can get a Tupperware. I can put it in a Tupperware and then put the Tupperware outside.
Right.
But then what if he tries to come out of the Tupperware and like it gets onto me? I'm gonna freak out. It's gonna be gone in the house, lost. Because I would not be able to control myself. If it started getting close to my skin, I'm dropping the Tupperware and be gone. I was like, I would rather have cows in our house. And Jack's like, no, cows are gross. I'm like, and a lizard's not? Are you serious? Oh, it's disgusting.
We have had the world's fastest fly in our house. I don't know how it got in, but I'm not even kidding. Like, if they're like, it needs to be in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Like, it is the fastest fly I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and I've been trying to like get it out of the house. It's gone now. Colin took care of it. But I mean, I'm telling you, for like 2 weeks. And at one point, I was like, you know what? There's no way. I tried to shoot it out of the house. It wasn't working. I was like, I'm just going to smack it. It's fine. And I hit the fly and it falls to the floor. And I was like, okay, like it, whatever, it's dead. And I was like, I need to come like sweep it up because it's laying on the floor, whatever. Well, then I got distracted doing other things. I came back and I was like, okay, I'm going to, sweep up the fly, whatever. I come back with the broom. And as I go to sweep it, it flips over from its back to its legs and flies away. No. And I was like, this fly was sent by the government to spy on
you.
And and it's like
a robot,
unkillable because I mean I could not. It was insane. I've never seen a fly
not the government fly
so fast and like I mean literally fastest fly.
It's a drone.
Super human, super fly. I guess because you couldn't. Yeah, I mean it was insane. And it was driving.
Why are they spying on us?
Yeah, I don't know. They.
For our podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm telling you, I was like, I am so over this fly. It's gone now, but I was like,
That's crazy. I hate bugs. I'm not a bug gal.
Yeah.
My son doesn't like bugs like at all. He's terrified of ants because he got into a nest of fire ants one time and it traumatized them. And so now that we have ants, he's like constantly on edge. So it's just him and I just constantly looking around for reptiles and ants in the house. Yeah. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's terrible. Oh, I misquoted Jake last week and I need to correct it. Well, not really. I kind of did. He never said that he thought tattoos were a sin. I don't know if I said that, but apparently I did. He doesn't think that. He's just saying some people think that, but he says that the Bible says treat your body like a temple and temples have stained glass.
That's true.
That's what Jake feels. So my bad if I misquoted Jake.
Well, when I was like editing the podcast at the salon or whatever, and one of the girls that works there was like listening as I was editing.
That's
and
so awkward.
She said, I do it every week.
Oh, okay.
She said that they get like a behind the scenes before it's even out. But she said that from what she gets what she gets from it, there's like one passage somewhere in the Bible that says like something about just like don't mark yourself for the dead. So apparently, as long as it's not like in memorial of someone. But I don't know. I mean, I also have that.
I was going to say, I have
a few of those. Yeah. But I mean, it literally just depends on who you are and like how you perceive things.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I thought that was a cool line though, that Jake was like, it says treat your body like a temple and temples have stained glass. So
very true. And all
but
the
apparently
crazy stuff on the ceilings that like artists do and whatnot.
So apparently I misquoted him. Might be. That's not
Sorry,
bad.
Jake.
So I wanted to correct it. Oh, I have a complaint. I went shopping with my mom. That's not the complaint. That's fun. I went shopping with my mom, and we went to Target to find. We had 2 registries to buy for, and it was just the whole thing, whatever. And so while we were there, my mom has been in this like she wants dress pants era, but she has like specific ones that she wants that she thinks she looks better in than other whatever. So anyway, we were shopping. We get like cartfuls of clothes to try on. I don't know why I bother, honestly. I really don't, because I will get 85 things in a cart. I feel like you almost shopping sometimes. But it's not that I'm not going to buy them. It's none of them are going to fit. Like where you will fill up a cart and then you slowly put everything back as you get to the cash register. I fill up a cart, try it all on, and it doesn't fit. So I just end up not getting anything. Literally, they do not make clothes for tall people. Tall women.
You should start a...
I'm going to have to, honestly, all my free time that I have, I'm going to have to, because I already have ordered templates for Mama Judy to make me some trousers, because I want a specific trouser that is high-waisted and then pleated to about mid-thigh and then wide leg all the way down that I can wear with stilettos, mules, heels, boots, whatever. Super cute. Like, I don't know how to explain Their trousers, very flattering, make me look snatched, super long legs.
Yeah.
That's what I want to look like. I'm not complaining about being tall. I love nothing more than being tall. I would like to actually be 3 inches taller, but here we are. It's so frustrating to me. I go in, I try on shorts, butt cheeks hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I go in and try on pants that are supposed to be wide leg longs. My whole ankle is showing.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? What is this? I don't understand. A long should be a 36 length, and they're not. And even a 36 length is too short for me, but it's longer than a 34, which is what they're considering to be a long. That's not long. That's medium at best. I don't understand it. It makes me so fresh. I tried on a jumpsuit, and I was like, this is going to be so cute. Denim, short sleeve, collared jumpsuit. Literally came up to my shin. To my shin.
Yeah.
I said, what is this? And it's not like my butt is that big to where it's lifting everything. It's not. They're just not long enough.
Yeah. They don't make clothes for people.
Dresses or anything. Not if I get a floor length dress, I cannot wear heels with it. Like I do, and that's just what it's got to be at this point. But they don't make anything for tall people. Now we're in the dressing room. Mom's in 1. I'm in 2. There's a guy. We didn't know it was a guy at the time, but another guy across in the like big one. Now my mom's already opened the door on this man, and didn't mean to because he didn't lock the door. But I didn't know it was a dude at the time.
Yeah.
So she goes in 1. I had to wait for the second one to come open. I go in, whatever, and I hear the guy come out, and he was like, do these look okay? And I didn't know my mom was out of her dressing room. Like, both of them were looking in the mirror. And Mom was like, Meg, stick your head out and see if you think these jeans look okay on this guy. I was like, okay. So I literally have a jumper I'm trying to get on. It's like stopped right here because I gotta get my arms in it. You know, it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I just like have on a sports bra and like a what do you call it? Halora top. So like I'm not naked.
Right.
But I like just kind of close it around me, and I'm like looking out the door. And I'm just met with like dude's crotch in my face because he's that tall.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah, because I'm like kind of bent down, like poking my head out of the dressing room.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like this way, you know, at Target where the mirror is.
Right.
And I'm just like, and so I was like, yeah, looks good. Like, it looks good.
Yeah.
They're long enough, and this man is tall.
Yeah.
This is a tall dude. Like he's 6'3" easily. Pants fit. Yeah. And I'm like, am I gonna have to start shopping in the dudes section for pants?
I feel like tall men are more common than like tall women.
Yeah,
you know?
it's so irritating.
They're a little more catered.
He was so sweet.
Aww.
He was so sweet, and he was like, I have one more pair. Can y'all say and like tell me which ones you like better? And I was like, yeah, of course. It was like a college shoe, like Elon or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was so sweet. And he like told us thank you like 85 times. Aww. And then he was like, do you think these are going to shrink? Do you think they're going to stretch? And I was like checking the tag for him. I was like, they might, but I don't know. Like,
yeah.
It was so funny. But it made his day that he had people to like, because he was there by himself.
Yeah. It was probably like a freshman in college and doesn't have his mom.
He
to
literally
help buy
had
his
no one there.
Yeah.
And he was like, just needing some help.
Aww.
And it was so sweet. And he just kept thanking us. He was like, y'all have a good day. I was like, you have a good day. Like, I can't because none of these clothes fit. But
have you seen the tall couple on TikTok?
Yes.
That met in the streets?
Yep.
Yeah. I love them so much.
They are so funny. I guess I would have found them right as that happened, but I had already been following the guy.
Really?
Yeah, because I like street interviews.
Because he's
like
funny. 6'9" or something. Like he's like
crazy.
It's
outrageous. Yeah.
And I mean, she's also extremely
she's
tall.
like 6'4", 6'5", isn't she?
Yeah.
She's like for a woman, she's like super tall.
Yeah.
But I like street interviews. I love a street interviewer. So I've been following her. Okay.
I'm too shy.
I know you are. So I don't know why you said that. Just be like Lauren standing there and me asking the question.
Yeah, I'll be the filmer.
But yeah, are they still together? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I've started following her after they started dating or whatever. But anyway, I just needed to complain about clothes because it's been a complaint my whole life. And I'm never going to really, really, really dig the high water look. I have to because that's all I have. Please, for the love of Jesus, can we make some pants for tall women that are not just Wranglers?
What about on the internet? You've never tried to have you ever tried to
I've tried, what is it?
Tall girl
Good
websites?
American. Yeah. Shein has a tall section and their pants will fit before you wash them. And as soon as you wash them, like my wide leg, like dark jeans that have the big holes, those are Shein, and they're okay until like I start walking.
Have you tried Good Americans?
no, I need to. My mom found them for me actually, but they're a little expensive.
Yeah.
So I would need to make sure I could return them if they didn't fit. But I like high waisted, and a lot of theirs are like mid to low, and that's just not for me.
I want some Good Americans so bad, but they are like $200, like a pair of jeans and stuff like that.
Now there is a company that have these. I want a jumper. I want a denim jumpsuit so bad. But if it's not going to be long enough, it needs to be a tapered ankle. So it needs to go down into a taper or whatever you call it. So I can roll it and wear like my Docs with tall socks or Vans or something. But I think Good America has a black, like the viral black denim jumper that I really liked last year that I wanted to get. But I got nervous about the length of it.
Yeah.
So I need to just order one and see if it fits. And then if it doesn't, just send it back.
You know, like the Revice jeans?
Yeah, I just recently saw them.
Their denim jumper is like the best denim
Maybe that's
jumper
the one I'm
I've
thinking
ever
of.
seen in my life.
That is the one I'm thinking of.
It has like the heart cut out on the back.
Yes, they have different ones too, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, they also have if any men have been listening to this, they're gone.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. They also have camouflage pants that I just saw. I think Dimps or somebody was wearing them, and they look like overalls. Maybe it was Brooke Schofield. Someone was wearing them. They look like overalls, and then they kind of come down into like a, I don't know, they look like pants, but the overalls just kind of like suspenders instead of like a bib. And I really wanted those, but I couldn't find them on the website. But then I started looking at the prices on the website. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm good.
That bad.
I'm good. Oh, anyway, so what do you have on your list for the week? Those are my complaints. Lizards and pants are too short.
I went and saw the new Twister.
Did you?
And I have a new fixation.
On Glenn Powell?
On Glenn Powell.
Really? I don't get it.
Oh, God. Well, already. So whenever, because I've talked about him on the podcast before, and I was talking about Anyone But You. He's the one that, like, Sydney Sweeney, like, saw his butthole or whatever. Already, like, after seeing that movie, I was already like, okay, like, I love this dude or whatever. But Twisters, I've seen some mixed reviews on it. I loved it, which I love the original. Is
it a remake or, like, a second?
Okay, so, no, it's not a second. It's kind of a remake, but it's similar but different, if that makes sense. But okay. I almost never say this about remakes. I think it's better than the original.
Do you?
It is so
Doesn't it have
good.
some recurring characters or actors?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Not even the one guy? I thought the lead guy was in it. Is it not?
I don't think so.
Let me look it up.
But it's like similar but different because like on the original Twisters, like it was like the kind of romance in it was like a ex-husband and ex-wife.
Yes.
But on the new one, it's like they have kind of like just met for the first time. They don't have any like Glenn Powell and like Daisy Jones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there's some like there's a red like Dodge truck in both of them. Like Glenn Powell drives like a red Dodge in it, and then in the original like the ex-husband or whatever. So there's like similarities but different, which I think is good too.
Yeah.
Because like
he's not in it.
It's not like they're not trying to do the exact same thing, which I think is why it was like a super successful remake.
Right.
Because it's not like they were
Did
trying
the
to
cow
do
fly through there?
the exact same thing. No
that
cows.
was always
a
my favorite
bunch
part.
of people flew through there though. Like it was
Oh,
crazy. A
people?
bunch of people.
Do you remember the cow from the first one though?
Yeah,
it was like
I
iconic.
do. Yeah.
So does she have an accent in the movie?
No.
She does American?
Yeah.
'Cause I just
Actually, a
started
little bit
seeing-
of like, even like kind of a little bit of like a southern accent
well,
she tried to do.
Apparently, someone told me that the more southern, like North Carolinian southern accent you have, the more Scottish you are.
Oh, really?
Yes, that pissed me off, obviously.
Dang it.
Because I don't have one, in my opinion. So that irritated me. But is she British or Australian? I think she's British.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She's
Let's
because I was starting to look at some interviews. She
I have
definitely
her
has
right
an
here.
accent.
Yeah, it's been all over my
it's
what
so
you call
good.
it.
But he also, so he adopted a puppy on this, like when they were filming Twisters, because he was like going through a breakup or whatever. And so he was like, I just need a puppy. So he adopted this cute little puppy.
On the movie?
In real life.
Oh, in real life. Okay.
Yeah, and so the puppy was like behind the scenes the whole time they were filming Twisters and stuff like that.
Oh,
but,
that's cute.
Oh my god, it looks kind of like Deegan. I don't think it's a Pomchi. I think it's like a Papillon or whatever they're called or whatever.
I have no idea.
But oh my god, it's the freaking cutest thing ever.
Supposedly, Brooke Schofield is like, she. It's a long story.
Pretended
they were together even though they're not, and so now everyone is shipping them, and I don't even know that he. I mean, I'm sure he knows who she is, but I don't even know. They go to the same gym.
Yeah.
And he's really good friends with Jake Shane. So it's like all kind of coming together, and I'm like, I wonder if it's gonna like be a thing. or if we're gonna find out eventually it's always been a thing and they made us think it wasn't. So I don't know, but I just think it's funny because I didn't even know who he was until that podcast, and then he came out in the movie, and I was like, that's so weird because I had never heard of him.
Well, I think the first time I probably ever seen him was on the new what's the plane fighter movies, Top Gun. Yeah, he was on that,
the remake of that one.
But here's another fun fact about him: his parents have been in every single movie he's done since Spy Kids 3 when he was like younger. So they're always like in the
extras.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're always somehow in the movie. And there's like pictures of them on the internet. They just look like the most like fun parents ever. Like there's one
that's
where
amazing.
He's doing like maybe like a red carpet or something like that, but they're on the side holding up a sign that says like I changed Glenn Powell's diapers and like stuff like that. I'm like,
that's cute.
They
I love that.
Cool.
Is he an only child?
I don't know. I didn't. I'm
Let's
not
look
sure.
and see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he has to be because his parents are literally at everything with him always, and I just love him so much.
So I was listening to a podcast on the way here, and that's why we drink. It's one of my favorites. Paranormal to start with, murder, whatever, true crime to end with. So anyway, this all ties together. They were talking about a case where this guy was like being charged with murder, but he actually didn't do it. And he was like, I was at a Dodgers game. It was like 2003, I think, 2004, something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, I was at a Dodgers game. Like, I have my tickets. And they're like, well, you could have just printed those from anywhere and blah, blah, blah. And they had like footage from the game, like the, what do you call it? CV, whatever. What is it? Like the, the stadium. What is such a C? Anyway, cameras everywhere, the footage from the game, the stadium, all the things, but it was like grainy, so they couldn't like see, for sure that it was him that was sitting in those seats or whatever. Well, then it turned out that, what is it, Curb Your Enthusiasm? Is that a show? Yeah, on HBO.
Yeah.
That they had been filming an episode at the Dodger Stadium during the game for the series, and the guy that they were looking into to try to get him dropped of the murder charges accidentally walked into the frame with his kid, and he was, because the detectives were like, do you remember anything from the game, or the lawyers, whoever, like anything that would help us prove that you were there? And he was like, well, now that you mention it, there were film crews there, and I've been going to the games my whole life. I've never seen film crews like that. Mm-hmm. And he was like, as a matter of fact, I went to get some candy with my daughter, and when we walked back, the PA told us to wait, but then told us to go. And when we went, we were like in the whatever they were doing, we walked in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay, well, that's great to know.
Yeah.
So they had to like call the stadium, figure out who was filming, call HBO, talk to the director, all these things. And they had to go back through all the footage. And sure enough, him and his daughter like walked in, and he got off on his murder charge.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So
I've thought about trying to start that because Machine Gun Kelly is like watching it right now or something. And I was like, but I literally have no clue what the show's about.
Oh, I have no idea.
That's crazy.
He does have 2 siblings, Leslie and Lauren Powell. So there you go. And he's a junior. Did you know that?
Is he?
Yeah. Oh. Glenn Powell Sr. is his dad.
That's cool.
And
I love him.
Sydney Powell, Cyndy, is his mom. Is that Sydney?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I've never heard it spelled that way, though.
There you go, on Glenn Powell.
Yeah. I'm really, like, I want to go back and watch every movie he's ever, which I've already seen, honestly, a lot of them, but.
Because he's, like, what, our age? Like 30?
Yeah, he's in his, like.
Yeah. Let me just go back to his page here. He's 6 foot.
34 or something.
35.
35.
Guess what his birthday is?
What?
October 21st.
Is it?
Yep, 1988. Crazy. He's a Libra. He's a good guy. Yeah. He's been in, who did he play in Top Gun?
One of the guys that was in like the school or whatever.
Oh, okay. Speaking of MGK, I was wondering how long it was going to take before you mentioned him.
Yeah, no, it's on the list for sure.
The music video came out. How do we feel about it?
I thought it was amazing, and I'm so happy it's getting like as much love. I was like, this is gonna come out and people are gonna like shit on him.
Did you really think so?
Oh my god,
the country people.
Everybody.
Oh, everyone?
His fan, because even some of like his like fans are honestly like haters too anytime he tries to do anything other than stupid. Rap.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of like worried that it was gonna get a lot of hate, but I've really seen like 90% more positive reactions to it than I have negative.
So what was their beef back in the day?
Jelly Roll pretty much just like wrote him off. He was like, that kid's like, he just didn't off the bat was like, I don't like that kid. I don't like, he's not,
Oh, okay. Well, now they're friends.
Yeah.
How many conspiracies did you come up with during the video? Or did you fall for any of the things that people were saying and then have to research it?
About like the babies and
all of
stuff?
it. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
so
that's
many
actually
things.
because I was like somehow still up at midnight the night it come out, and then I was like scrolling on Facebook, and I'm like in a group on Facebook, and people were talking about like, oh my god, did they have like a surprise kid and blah blah blah. And so then I went and watched the video, and then I went like through all the like
so
pages
she's not
and
pregnant.
stuff. I mean, no, she's not pregnant. It was a fake belly. The baby at the end is I can't remember the girl's name. It's like a random girl. They used her baby because at the end it said like when it's doing the credits, it says
welcome
introducing baby Violet, whatever. And so I think that's why so many people were like, oh my god, they're introducing.
They would have never named their baby Violet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that name. I'm just saying that's not a Machine Gun Kelly Megan Fox name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's not their baby. It was obviously like a fake belly that they were using. Like she's not pregnant and stuff like that. I mean, they had a miscarriage like back in
right. That
like
was before
they
split, right? Yeah, before they split for a little bit.
Yeah.
Was that before that? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think,
but
because I remember they like split up for a minute and they got back together like more recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was like, is that Bunny's surrogate? Because they have a surrogate right now, apparently.
Yeah.
And I was like, is Megan Fox?
That would be crazy.
How did you land that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But no, that was just where my brain, because of the fertility thing, and then knowing that they are either in the process or have one already.
Right.
I was like, oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, that would be
to be born by
wild.
Megan Fox and Bunny's your mom.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's wild.
Yeah.
So I liked the video. I had no idea what to expect. I had not even listened to the teasers. I just would share them on my story, but not actually listen to them.
Right.
I was very taken aback when it was, what is the song? Oh my god, my brain just.
Lonely Road?
Yeah, but the original.
John Denver or whatever.
Yeah, what is it called?
Is it not called Lonely
Country Road?
Country Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain just cut off just then, like a light switch. Yeah, I was taken aback by that. I didn't expect that to be like the tune or whatever, or like a play on that song.
Yeah.
So, and I had no idea what it was going to be about. I figured there would be I thought there was going to be 2 rap verses, one from each.
Right.
So because only Jelly kind of rapped. Well, he didn't even rap really. They both sang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't know what to expect, but I like it.
He's been working on it for 2 years.
That's crazy.
MGK for 2 years.
That's insane.
And then finally he like
just that song or the whole album? Because isn't he doing a country album?
I don't know. I don't know if
you
he
don't
is.
know. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. But he's been working on it for 2 years. And then finally he got Jelly rolling on it, and he was like, okay, this is like what it needed.
I liked it. I think it was super cool.
It hit #1 on iTunes the first day it was out.
Like
I'm
that sure
Friday,
it did.
It hit
Absolutely.
#1, which is insane.
Absolutely, it did. I was gonna sell my Jelly Roll tickets because I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to go.
Yeah.
But then I was like, what if something crazy happens
and
Machine Gun Kelly comes to this concert? And I've never like cared to see him in concert, but I was like, that'd be super cool.
Oh yeah,
so,
it'd be insane.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I may keep them, but what was I about to say? Oh, I will say that I disagree with Machine Gun Kelly's statement about the song, where he was like, I think it's gonna be the biggest song of our career, and I don't think that's the case.
It has hit #1 quicker than any song he's ever released.
Really, ever?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what me and Jake were talking about. I was like, do you think it's going to be their biggest, like, maybe the collab, like, if they were to do more in the future, maybe that's, like, the biggest one that they do. But as a whole, I didn't think so.
I mean, he is, like, been in the music industry for 10 years. And
he's like a Lainey Wilson almost.
Just recently started even getting on the top charts, but he's never had one hit #1 within the first day it's been released. Yeah. I mean, he's had some up there, but even that, like, it was over time that they got up there. So, I mean, he might honestly be like...
Really?
Right,
that, I was like, because I was reading it to Jake, because it was talking about the beef, or it didn't say what they were beefing about. It just talked about how they had beef, and they got over it, and now they're friends, and then they did the song or whatever, and how he was quoted saying that he thinks it's going to be the biggest song of their career. And I was like, does he though? Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he could easily like do something that would hit faster than that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, like I didn't know he could sing like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't know he could sing. So that, I mean, I don't know. That was cool. Yeah. I liked it a lot. So if people hate, whatever, they're lame. But... anything else on the video? Any new gossip in the music genre, range, whatever, world? What words? What are words?
What are words?
I don't have anything music related right now.
Yeah, no, not really. Other than just.
I still haven't listened to Megan Maroney's new album.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard the whole thing, and definitely not like complete. Yeah. But from what I've heard, I mean, I like it.
I don't even know what's on there. I have it on my thing, but I haven't listened to it. I'm still on Hardy. I can't get past it.
Yeah.
I love Psycho so much. Such a good song. He was on Jimmy Fallon. Is it Jimmy Fallon?
Maybe.
Late Night?
Yeah.
The funny one. He's like really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he like did the whole like straight jacket thing on there. So I thought that was cool.
Nessa Barrett, I don't know if I've
Who's
ever talked
Nessa
about
Barrett?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever talked about her on the pod. So Nessa and Jaden dated back in the day. They both started as TikTokers, turning musicians or whatever like that. It actually is very messy. There's so much drama behind it. Jaden had this girlfriend Mads, and Nessa had this boyfriend Josh. The four of them were roommates, stayed in the same room in a share house.
Okay,
right?
wait, hold on. I need to draw in my head. So who's together?
Josh and Nessa.
Okay.
Jaden and Mads.
Okay.
There's four of them. They were roommates in a share house, slept in the same bedroom and everything. They were like besties and everything together. Well, they all kind of broke up around the same time.
They all slept in the bed together.
In the room.
Oh, okay, okay.
And they all broke up around the same time. And then around that time, Nessa and Jaden had just done their first song together, and it like blew up and everything. Mm-hmm. And then a romance started. And so now Nessa and Jaden started dating. And so pretty much they were like ostracized, is that the word? Sure. From everybody, because everyone was like pissed. Like, how do you start dating your best friend's ex and blah, blah, blah. There was literally so much drama about it. So they were like literally kicked out of the group. It was just them two and like, Cooper and stuff like that. And anyways, they were together for a while. They broke up, but they're both TikTokers turned musicians. But I love her music too, but she just had a new song come out. And the music video hasn't come out yet, but I'm pretty sure in the music video, Rob from Love Island is going to be in it.
Snake guy?
Yes, because there's been a picture going around of
he's
him.
everywhere.
He's literally everywhere. He was with Tara Yummy. I just seen that. He was on Call Her Daddy. A nude video of him was leaked.
Nude video?
Well, first a nude video was leaked of Kendall, one of the other guys that was on the show. And then a couple days later, one of Rob was leaked. And it's like a very, I would say probably embarrassing one to be a guy on both of their parts. No. Yeah. And so, which Kendall made a statement and he was like, that was sent to somebody I trusted. I hate it got out, but it is what it is.
Embarrassing in the acts that are occurring, or?
Yeah, like spreading butt cheeks is,
okay. Okay.
So, but anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Rob's going to be in the music video with Nessa. And honestly, I could see them together. I don't know that they'll date.
Are you shipping them though?
I ship him with literally everybody.
Ship him with everyone.
Yeah. But because he likes short, dark featured,
the fact
Persian
that ship is a verb.
I know, right?
It's crazy. And we're just using it in everyday talk. Well, I saw a clip of him. I personally wasn't in love, at first sight. I get it though. Mm-hmm. I get it. I love a man in overalls. Uh-huh. That's just my style.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband's never worn overalls, but that's different. I love an overall. Uh-huh. So, I mean, I get it.
And he's just so dry and awkward. Yeah. And it's just the best thing ever.
It's the best. We love awkward.
Yeah. Literally.
Well, speaking of awkward, I have my atlas.
Just pulls an atlas out of thin air.
For those of y'all let me just show her to you. Now, this is a 2022 version, so things have obviously changed since then.
Yeah, that is a very legit atlas.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Yeah.
I don't be playing. We don't have folding maps, okay?
It's got spiral bound and everything.
Yes, and a little rip, because, I use it all. I'm not lying. I use it all the time. So, I have found a couple episodes ago, we talked about Law's trip to Washington, D.C., and how they went through a town called Dumfries, Virginia, and I just want you to know that I found it. It is off 95, Highway 95, or what is it, Interstate 95, I-95, whatever. Yeah. And it is right before you get to, well, there's nothing really big around it, actually. So just know that in Virginia, there is a tiny little town right off the interstate called Dumfries.
Dumfries, Virginia.
So there you go. And I did find it. It's right here. If you can see that, this is my marker. This is how I measure miles right here. I have everything written down.
So how many miles is a Post-it note?
Well, so what you do, La, let me just show you real quick. This is your your key.
Uh-huh.
So what I do is I take and mark how long it is, and then I can take my pencil marks and show you how many miles it is. You can also use a gum wrapper and fold it to exactly that length, and then you can measure how many miles something is. Yeah. I was off by less than a quarter of a mile going to Wyoming.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is an Atlas, and we need a new one, but we love her, and she doesn't have a name.
You need to like teach a beginner's class on Atlas.
On Atlases?
Yeah, because honestly, everyone should have one. What are we gonna do if like something our phones ever get hijacked or something crazy?
Done.
Yeah,
you're done.
Because I literally, people become so dependent on it. They'll use them to get like one interstate, like whatever it's called. Up the road. Yeah, like we'd be screwed.
Oh, it's insane. So I started using one when I was really little because my dad's a trucker, and that's what they had were Atlases. Before, the TomToms and the GPSs that we have in our phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to use one a long time ago. And so I literally, all my friends, every friend I've ever had has made fun of me because I will, if we get in a pickle, I'm like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll reach back and pull out the Atlas. Like so many of my friends, I've been on Snapchat so many times of me sitting with my pencil and my little notepad making step-by-step directions on how to get somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to go to like... Let's flip. Here's North Carolina. You find North Carolina. Oh, see, that's where I went deep sea fishing.
Good.
So you just find your state, and then if you're going, obviously if we're going to Virginia, we would get to the line, and then you have to flip back to Virginia and keep going from there. But yeah, I'm not lying when I say that I have her and I love her, and she is well used. My brother got me this in 2022 for Christmas.
My dad's the only other person I know that like knows how to use an Atlas.
Atlas is becoming a popular name, actually.
Yeah, I've seen it on TikTok.
Well, there's this girl. It's probably the same one you saw because it just went viral the other day. Who her kid's name? Oh, what is it? Are you joking me? Halo Moon.
Halo Moon.
She named her daughter Halo Moon, and now she's having a boy. And so she did the whole like names we picked but we didn't use or whatever.
Right.
Whatever we liked and we didn't use. And Atlas was on one of her lists. But I'm not planning on having another kid. Like if we do whatever. But I was pausing and going to my notes and was like, oh, that's a good one. And I usually don't do that.
Yeah.
Like that's not for me. She had some good ones. But now I was like, well, if I'm writing them down, everybody else is writing them down. So.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, she had really cute names, and Atlas was one of hers. And I was like, that would be very fitting, but I couldn't see myself calling, hey, Atlas.
Would you do a boy or a girl named Atlas?
Because it sounds more masculine, I would do a girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it for a girl,
too. I would do Atlas, and then the middle name that I have picked out I can't say it, but yeah, it would fit with the name that I have, but I just couldn't envision myself. I would just picture a map walking towards me.
Yeah.
Like with legs. Like I would picture her walking towards me like I can't do it.
I just had this memory. There was a person.
God, I love a memory.
Yeah, well, it's not my memory. It's freaking TikTok. I need to get off the internet and delete everything. But this girl had named her son Atlas, and then like as he started to grow up, it was like it was very obvious he wasn't like. She pictured Atlas as like super outdoorsy and adventurous and stuff like that. Yeah, and she said he was just the complete opposite of all of that, and she didn't feel like his name fit him. So yeah, she changed his name to, I can't remember what she changed it to, but she was like he just wasn't a very like when she pictured Atlas, he wasn't as adventurous and everything as she sees that name being.
That's crazy.
So she changed it at I think like 2 years old.
2 years old.
I think so.
Wow, my name was changed 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it originally?
I was born Ashlyn Carter. And my dad held me, looked at me. I think it was like 6 hours. Like it was something like that. Held me, looked at me, talked to me, and he was like, "It's Megan," and just changed it right there.
Nice.
So it became Megan Carter instead of Ashlyn Carter. But I have a friend named Ashlyn, and I'm not sure if it's Ashland or Ashlyn. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But either way, I have friends named both, and like that, it fits them. But knowing me, it doesn't fit.
Oh yeah,
me.
no.
Like,
to me, that's very much a like feminine, like girly,
like
pop
super girly.
name.
Yeah. And both the ones that I know, growing up were girly. Where I was basically a boy until, well, I had kids.
Yeah, this is fun. My name was gonna be Paige Nicole, but Kale actually.
Oh yeah, Kale.
Yeah, Kale. Like there was like this girl named Lauren that he like thought was cool or whatever, and so he was like, "What about Lauren?" And so my name became Lauren Page from Paige Nicole.
Nicole is a super popular middle name.
Yes.
I feel like all of my friends, which there's nothing wrong with it at all. I love all names. Literally love names so much. One of my favorite things in the world are names. But Nicole, especially in our generation, everyone was named Nicole.
I feel like around that
or
time, like around the time, you know, our parents were having kids and stuff like that. Like that's just names are all very like, you know, Nicole, Stephanie, Megan, Lauren.
Oh, absolutely.
Like very just like simple and like like I feel like back then people didn't care as much.
Oh no.
If in our generation we're like, if anyone else has the same name as my kid, I'm changing it. Yeah,
absolutely.
So back then they just didn't care. They just bought the baby book name and was like, yep,
there it is. I don't know where my mom came up with Ashlyn, whatever I was supposed to be. I don't know where she came up with that, but my dad literally just put it out in air. Megan. Yeah, like we know Megan's, but I don't know.
It's so true though. I feel like names, that's why it's hard. I feel like it's hard to name a kid before you have them.
It is.
Like even with like pets and stuff like that, like names have to fit people, you know. It's crazy.
I am glad now because I had the same so I had the same boy name and Jex's. I had Jet and Jex picked out with Jex before we found out she was a girl.
Yeah.
So that was already set. But then when we got pregnant with Jet, I had obviously another girl name. And I am glad now that he was Jet and I did not have a girl because that name skyrocketed to the top of the world. And now everyone is named that, which is fine. It's a beautiful name. I love it. There's multiple spellings. I love it so incredibly much, especially with the middle name that we had. But I'm super glad now. And Jet is a popular name, but I spelled it different. Yeah. So it's different. But I just love names.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till it be officially done having kids so that I can read all of my lists because let me show you how long it is. It's actually insane. And Jake is like, why? I'm like, I don't know. It just makes me happy. It makes me happy to name hypothetical babies.
Yeah. See, that's anytime I hear a cool name, I'm like, okay, I'm going to.
Like, and I even have the percentages of like, but that's for a baby that's probably never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I have percentages of like how popular they are. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You'll have to update the percentages if y'all ever do have another kid,
for
because
sure.
by then I'm sure
they'll be popular.
Be changed, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I had you inspired me. Oh, I don't know why I wrote this down, but I thought about it today. My college internship stole a wedding job from me.
What do you mean?
Like I was in internship like with a wedding photographer. And I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, I just booked a wedding. Like she's about to book with me. And she swooped it. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought about that. Anyway.
That just happened on this TV show I'm watching. Have you ever, what's the name of that show that we talked about on like one of the first episodes that you liked as a kid that like there's a horse and stuff in it? Was that a cartoon?
Caitlin's Way? No.
Okay.
It's real.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Wildfire?
No, what's
on
that?
ABC Family.
No.
It is I literally could not stop watching
Wildfire?
Yeah, it's called
Wildfire.
Wildfire.
I'll write it down.
It was on ABC Family in like 2005. There's like 4 or 5 seasons of it. I just hit the 2nd season. I am literally so in love with it. But it's about this girl. She was in like a juvenile detention center for stealing a car. And when she gets out, she goes to work on this like horse farm or whatever, and they race horses, and she wants to be a jockey and blah blah blah.
Oh, I wanted to be a jockey too, but here we are.
I'm literally I want to be a jockey now
Wildfire?
after watching the show. Yeah,
okay,
it's so good.
Is it new or old?
Old. It's like 2005. Yeah, it's like early 2000s ABC Family.
So they ripped off Caitlin's Way.
Is that like what Caitlin's Way is
Yeah, but she didn't want to be a jockey though. It was Western, like ranch work. But no, but yeah, a similar thing though. She was like a troubled teen or whatever. Troubled as in she wore black fingernail polish and had black hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the club. But yeah, and then she went to, I think it's her aunt's ranch, and she became friends with like the outlaw horse who's a buckskin.
That's kind of how like Wildfire is very like had pretty much been retired because people were like he can't blah blah blah, and the girl.
Oh, that's the horse's name.
Yeah, Wildfire.
Oh, I love that.
And so she is like pretty much proved that he can race and he can like win and stuff like that.
That's always the story.
But the what made me think of it, she like wants to be a jockey, and her first was what was going to be her first like jockey gig, like her friend pretty much stole from her. And then but anyways, the guy, like the original creator of that show, is the same creator of like Star Trek and stuff like that. Yeah,
and we've never heard of this show.
Yeah, and I'm also like, how can you create Star Trek but then also create this little like small town horse?
Weird.
Yeah. It's so
artist
good.
brains are so crazy. Speaking of, go ahead.
And last thing about it, I swear.
Last thing.
Yeah, the
Not
the like
yeah.
last thing. I feel like sketch. The The main actress in it, she
God.
was also in Supernatural, where she
now.
met.
I was obsessed with Supernatural.
Where she met Jared
'cause
Padalecki or whatever his
they're
name
all
is,
hot.
and now they're married and have kids together.
Shut up.
And they met on the set of Supernatural.
Wildfire.
She's also beautiful. She's so
I'm
freaking.
sure she,
even
if
back
she's
like
married
she was,
to him, of course she is.
and she was like, I mean, I'm guessing young whenever they did this, and yeah, she was.
I've
Very
never.
pretty. Oh my god, it's so
seen
good.
this.
Watch it. It's.
I'm going to.
I wasn't
4
sure.
seasons.
Yeah, it's like 52 episodes total, I think. I wasn't sure at first if it was going to be too soap opera-y, but it's not. It's really like, I mean, it's dramatic
Yeah.
for sure, but
We
I
love the
love
drama.
it. And there's like a little love triangle with like her and the boys, you know, and stuff like that. So, it's so good.
He is so much taller than her. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll look it up. I'll have to watch it. I love a horse show, but I've literally never heard of that. I tried to watch Heartland, but it's too sweet.
Yeah, I think
I
I've
don't
started
like
that before
sweet.
too, but I feel like it starts off too slow and I haven't been
Yeah,
able to
that's me.
get into it.
Go ahead.
But typically after I watch one show, I try to find a show similar to it. So after I finish, if I'm sad
Yeah.
whenever Wildfire's over, maybe I'll try that one again next.
I've tried it. I think I've tried it a couple times, but I haven't been able to start it, like really get into it.
Mhm.
However, this has nothing to do with horses at all. I don't even think there is a horse in the show. That's not true. There are. But it just came out Thursday, whatever the 25th was.
Right.
Thursday. On Netflix, and Dairy Girls, my favorite show,
Mhm.
like top 5 favorite shows, because it makes me LOL out loud every time I cry. It makes me so. It just makes me so happy. It's hilarious. It's very Office-ish the way it's filmed. Love it. Anywho, one of the main characters, the blonde, not the one that's in Bridgerton, but the other one. I can't ever pronounce her name.
Yeah, I don't.
It's spelled weird, and
Uh-huh.
I've heard it. It doesn't sound like it's spelled. It's almost like Sarah, but it's not. Anyway, she's in it, and it's called. Oh my god, what is it called?
What's it on?
Netflix. Oh, the Decameron.
I haven't seen that.
It's called
yet.
Decameron.
Yeah, or I haven't even seen it
It
pop up.
is
Is it a comedy?
yes, but it's based in Like We Like. It's period piece.
Mm-hmm.
But they put her in a short bob, bang straight across at her, like at her scalp,
Mm-hmm.
like the weirdest wig I've ever seen on a person, and they make her wear it, and she's like the handmaid of a lady.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hilarious, and it's about the Black Plague, but that's not funny, obviously. But it's like this misfit crew of people get pretty much quarantined
Uh-huh.
in this villa together, and it's just so funny. And I'm gonna start it over because it's just the first season. I've already binge watched it because of the rain, and there's nothing else to do right now besides work and watch TV. And it's so good. It's so good. You'll love it. It's kind of like The Great. It gives me The Great vibes because it's so awkwardly uncomfortable but funny.
Yeah.
So please watch it because it's hilarious.
That'll have to be my like morning time show since Love Island's done. And
Well, watch it. It's
Wildfire's
called
my new life.
Decameron. So it'll be like trending or recently added on Netflix. But anyway, we were speaking on artist brains, and then you inspired me last week with like what our names meant in Urban Dictionary.
right.
So I Googled, let me get this where I can see it, what our favorite colors say about us. I don't think your favorite color is orange.
You don't?
No.
I've been kind of leaning towards another favorite color
Okay,
lately,
well,
but mine's okay.
Let
yeah,
me
go ahead.
read this, and then I will get back on and see what your new favorite color says.
Okay.
And we'll determine which one it is, because I don't think that you're an orange.
Huh.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go ahead and pull up the website I was on, because, yeah, like some of it, yes, but a lot of it, no. Okay. If orange is your favorite color, you're likely free-spirited and carefree, which you are, I feel like. And people find you to be both good-natured and tolerant, which you are.
Mm-hmm.
You crave adventure and face challenges with open arms. People who love... This is where we kind of go away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not this person is, but coming up, this paragraph. People who love the color orange usually have a certain type of spunk about them, which you do have spunk. They are always inviting and welcoming to others, which you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're sociable and outgoing. To your friends, you are sociable and outgoing, but not to like strangers.
Right.
But it may occasionally come across as overconfident or impulsive, which you are absolutely not. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
think at all that you're impulsive. Like you are I've never shopped with anyone quite like you.
Yeah.
I don't think, have you ever had an impulsive buy?
Probably not since like my like frontal cortex developed.
Well, okay. So no, you haven't.
Yeah.
What an answer. I can't even. All right then. You know, you like to express your individuality, and because you are strong in social presence, you tend to experience loneliness easier than others, which has some law to it.
Right.
But it's the like super social aspect of it, because even though you don't think that you are. So I'm not sure that your favorite color is orange.
Yeah.
I don't think you're an orange. There's got to be another color that speaks more on your personality.
Yeah. Well, like I'll go towards like
Are you green?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
read green.
Also.
Let's see what green is, because like I was reading it and there's some of it was like, yeah, that is law, but then some was like,
I'm definitely not outwardly.
Already green is generous, humble, and sincere.
Yeah.
So green represents balance, hope, and peace. If your favorite color is green, you're usually gentle and sincere, as well as down to earth. People whose favorite color is green are very loyal and supportive, making them the best of friends. There you go. If green is your favorite color, you tend to be modest and warm. You also have a strong need to belong and to love and to be loved. Mm-hmm. You aren't scared of being vulnerable and your feelings and feeling your emotions fully, but you can also control your negative thoughts. Yeah. That I feel like you're more of a green.
Yeah. Maybe what color do green and orange make together? Maybe.
Brown.
Yeah. Ew.
Okay, let's read brown. Hold
too,
on.
though.
Let's see.
I love brown.
Well, do they? Yeah. Green and orange? Yeah, that would make brown.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think brown was the last one. Loyal, honest, and patient. If if brown is your favorite color, you're considered safe and comfortable, as well as kind and steady. You prefer to live with a simplistic lifestyle with a strong need for safety and security. That is you.
Yeah.
This chick walks around her house 14 times before we can leave, making sure her candles are not lit, which is a good habit to have.
Yeah. I just don't want my dog to get trapped in a fire.
No, absolutely not. You're a good and loyal friend to others because you're honest and patient. It takes a lot for people to get under your skin because you have a chill disposition. You're often regarded as a role model due to the calmness you maintain in critical situations. So maybe you are a brown.
Yeah, maybe I'm a brown.
You're the combination of your colors
together. Yeah.
Okay, well, mine's black, obviously.
Right.
Mysterious, intelligent, and dependable.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligent is a stretch. If black is your favorite color, you're mysterious and collected. Collected, not so much. Mysterious, yes.
I feel like you're more collected than you like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I feel the most uncollected. You're also intelligent and value power and control in your life. My life has no control, but I thrive to have control. So I guess that's what that means. Which gives you independent leader-like qualities. You have a knack for entrepreneurship and can command almost any crowd of people. People who enjoy the color black walk through life with confidence and purpose, and often have a sophisticated, I do not, or elegant, I do not, sense of style. No, I'm not sophisticated. You're considered to be dependable and responsible, and tend to be reserved when it comes to sharing your personal life with others. I disagree with that because I feel like I share too much all the time. So
yeah, I wouldn't say you're very reserved on sharing, but
a lot of that spoke to me.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Oh, it's crazy. And you can rabbit hole so hard. Do they not have pink on here? Because pink is like one of my other favorite colors right now. They don't. So I don't know what that says about me. But I thought that was so cool. Like, just everything that you like has like a purpose.
Yeah.
Or like a meaning. It says so much about your personality, and it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I do think it's so cool. I think for one episode, I'm going to read our birth charts and see how much
Please do.
Yeah,
Please do. Because my friend Meredith, she is all into that. And she sat at my house and told me everything about it, and I have forgotten all of it. But she was like, this is crazy because it's like literally is you. Like, it was insane to me. I'm pretty sure I have a Scorpio moon or sun. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And she was like, that checks. And I was like, yeah, it does. The Powerpuff Girls didn't have hands or feet. And I can't get past this.
Are they just nubs?
Yeah, look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jax makes me watch it because it was your favorite show.
Yeah, I was about to say, I should know this. I
yeah,
freaking love.
they don't have hands or feet. No fingers. No toes, which I'm okay with. But
yeah, they're just little, like.
They're nubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little nubbies.
And it drives me insane. Does the professor have hands?
Yeah, he does.
So why do they not have hands? How do they have superpowers and no hands?
They don't, I guess, since they have superpowers, they don't need hands. You know?
I guess. It bothered me. I don't watch it.
They need hands.
I literally was like, they don't have anything on their feet, or like, what is this?
Yeah, professor has, fingers.
Wow, okay.
They have, that's it. They have hands, but they don't have fingers,
They have nubs. That's not a thing. They can't do anything with that.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like everyone else on the show has hands and fingers. So
yeah, so why are they left out?
Yeah.
Also, Arthur, the show.
Right.
and his friend, what's his friend's name? The rabbit.
I can't
Apparently, their bedroom slippers are each other. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arthur has the rabbit bedroom slippers, and the rabbit has Arthur as bedroom slippers.
Huh.
What was Arthur? Was he an aardvark?
Maybe. Something like
Something
that.
weird.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
aardvarky.
I guess. But cartoons they bother me so bad. Like, why
I love cartoons.
can a cartoon that's about animals as characters, as people, animals with human-like qualities, how do they have pets?
Yeah.
Why does that animal not have human qualities?
Yeah, that's true.
That bothers me. Like Pluto.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's
Why
true.
is Pluto a dog?
Yeah.
And did you know Hello Kitty's not a cat?
What is it?
Make it make sense. Oh, it's a girl. Like, no, lady. It's not.
Hello Kitty is for
It's a cat.
sure a cat.
Oh, the creator has come out as saying, no, she was never a cat. She's a girl. I'm
She's
like,
a cat.
But she's a cat.
You're lying.
Yeah, she's an actual cat. Her name's Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all over TikTok. And
What?
because I watched a whole video of it, that's my whole
Bro,
feed.
she's literally a cat.
Yeah.
She has ears and whiskers.
She has whiskers, yeah. They're saying, nope, she's a teenage girl. I'm like, I think you're wrong,
yeah,
actually.
no,
Is she wearing a
you're-
mask? I don't understand.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Yeah.
She's wearing a mask.
I don't get it.
I saw today while we're on the topic of cartoons. Did you watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
They don't have teeth. They just have the white smile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently, like Timmy Turner made a wish when he was like 15 to, or however old he is on the show, to stay a kid forever. Because, once you reach a certain age, you lose your godparents. And so he made a wish to stay young forever. And so there's like all this, I can't remember. It went deep.
It's like a conspiracy
deep
on it?
into it. Yeah. Because like all the other people were like still, I can't remember. I wish I would have paid more attention to
So
it. But
all
yeah, it's
the
crazy.
people grew up but him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And then
so
apparently,
weird.
like, what's the crazy teacher that does all the crazy stuff? He apparently knows about it, and that's why he's like after like Timmy and like, so I can't remember, but
the
it
one
was
that
wild.
tries to catch him.
Yeah, it was
catch the things.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
The Rugrats were like that until they weren't. After like 20 years, they made them grow up,
Mm-hmm.
and then it wasn't good.
Yeah, I never watched
It was
all
okay,
grown
but
up
it
or
wasn't
whatever.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost their personality because
Yeah.
they're not babies. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay, but it's not. Nothing beats the OG Rugrats. Like,
Oh,
that's just where it is.
yeah. Oh,
And what's
love
that new one
Rugrats.
that's like 5D? Have you
I
seen
haven't
that
seen
one?
that one.
No, it was on at your mom's, and I was like, "What is this?" And they're like, "It's the Rugrats." Like, no,
like,
that's not. Those look like aliens,
Yeah.
and not even like a cute way. Like, that's odd.
Yeah.
So I don't know, cartoon. I love cartoons though. I will watch cartoons forever. You can on any fall day catch me with one TV with Little Bear on. I don't care if the sound is on or not. I love the aesthetic of Little Bear so much with like my candles and my fall scents and the curtains closed. Little Bear has to be on a TV.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't care if my kids watch it or not. I will be that old woman. I don't care. It is the best cartoon that was ever created ever, and I will die on that mountain because it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Little Bear, This Is How Much I Love You, or Guess How Much I Love You. All of those type shows are so beautiful.
They are very like
I cannot say,
aesthetic.
yes,
Yeah.
I love them so much. Speaking of the word conspiracy, because we said it, I want to drop one of my conspiracies.
'Kay.
It's not a super long one and no one's going to care about it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Jake dropped a bombshell on me recently, and I say recently, it's like 3 months ago. Now, if you are a Panthers fan, you know that we do not win very often. In fact, we were the worst team in the NFL last year, and it hurts your soul a little bit, except it can't because you're used to it, and it's just really sad. However, in 2015, we went 15-1, I think. 15-1, however many games there are. There's 16. We lost one game. We made it to a Super Bowl. Because if you're 15-1, you're most likely going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you did make it to the Super Bowl. When I tell you, Jake and I were ecstatic. We threw a party. I made tutus. It was just a brilliant time to be alive as a Panthers fan. Okay? We're watching the game. And I don't care what any Broncos fan wants to say to me. We were the winning team. On paper, we should have won that game. We were on fire that year. We should not have lost that game. And in fact, if you go back and you watch the fumble, the one, there's only one that people know. The fumble of 2015, Cam backs away from the ball. He drops the ball And anybody who knows football knows that a quarterback trains his whole entire career, his whole life maybe, to go towards the ball if it's on the ground. If you play football, if there's a loose ball, you're going for that ball. You are moving people out of the way. You are diving for the ball, right? When I tell you I watched this video front to back 85 times in a row, he backed up. He took a step back. Jake thinks he was paid off by bookies.
Yeah.
So I tried to dig.
That's so disappointing, though. If he actually...
Yeah, I'm telling you, because, then it's the whole Cam's on the ground crying and da-da-da-da-da is a whole thing, right? His brain left his body after that fumble. Could we have recovered from that? Yeah. Cam was gone.
Yeah.
And he's never been back.
Yeah.
That fumble ruined Cam's career. And I said what I said. We'll die on that mountain too.
Yeah.
I did not realize I didn't catch it when it happened because we were all so distraught at the whole thing and crying that I didn't catch it during that game. But when you go back and watch it, he literally takes a step forward and 2 steps back away from the ball.
That's wild.
Away from the ball.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So Jake and I talked about it, and we have no proof of this. I even tried to go back and dig into tax files and find out what Cam bought after that.
Yeah. What did you buy with this
freaking
money?
I was like, what car did he drive prior to the Super Bowl and what car did he drive after the Super Bowl, knowing he's still making money from the Super Bowl, but still. And I could not get a definite answer on all of it. But apparently we know someone that did his taxes.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
It would have had to be an insane amount of money that someone would have to offer him compared to like what he would have made and what could have come for him had he have not done that and won the Super Bowl. If he did, in fact,
I'm just and like when Jake dropped this on me, because I was talking to him and his like Xbox buddies about football conspiracies. I was like, I want to get more men on the podcast. I don't know what our ratio is. I'm sure more females listen to us than men.
Oh, extremely.
I was
Except
like,
for my feet fans.
Oh yeah, well, it has feet fans, guys. Gross. Which is why, if you've noticed, I've been covering my toes the whole time. I don't want feet fans. I was like, I want to talk about football conspiracies. I want to talk about football. I want to like bring sports in whenever we can. So we've talked about golf, we talked about football, whatever. And he was like, we'll talk about how Cam threw the Super Bowl. I was like, excuse me?
Like, what do you mean?
I said, the Super Bowl that you were supposed to propose to me if we won? That Super Bowl? The Cam ruined my life?
Yeah.
That one? And he was like, yeah. He was like, Cam backed away from the ball. I was like, the fumble? He said, yeah, he backed away from it. I said, are you joking me? And he literally pulled it up and we watched it back to back to back to back.
I'll have to go watch it now.
Like, he backed up from the ball. So I tried to get on Reddit. There are not many people that agree with this or that have talked about it publicly.
Yeah.
But he backed away from the ball. And what other reason would there be besides money?
Yeah, unless he just total brain fart.
His brain
panic,
just left.
choke,
Yeah. And even then, as confident as Cam was, I don't care. I like Cam. I have no problem with Cam. And 2015 Cam was the best quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, argue with me if you want to. I don't care. He was the best quarterback in the NFL in the 2015 series.
Mm-hmm.
So whether 2014, 2015, whatever.
Yeah.
That play quite literally ruined his whole career. Mm-hmm. That one play.
Yeah.
Because he tried to come back. Jake sent me a video of him when he was against the Saints. It was like something every Panthers fan knows where they was when this happened. And I was expecting it to be Josh Allen. Or was it Josh Allen? Not Josh Allen. That's quarterback. Josh Norman's one-handed interception. It wasn't. It was Cam making a touchdown and run to the camera. I'm back, baby. Sir, you made one touchdown. Sir, you made one touchdown after a year off of football, after you completely ruined your whole career because you fumbled a ball and you backed away from it.
Yeah.
No, what is going on?
I feel like that is hard to come back from,
Oh,
especially like mentally. And I mean, I feel like any athlete ever know, like you get these mental blocks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that like,
but I do
thrown or not, he was probably like,
oh, absolutely. Shit. Because he just to be a Panthers fan, you have to go into a Super Bowl. If we're in a Super Bowl, knowing we're going to lose Super Bowl. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it's just
we're gonna choke.
It's stars for the Panthers.
We made a Super Bowl. Awesome.
Yeah.
we're going to lose Super Bowl. I don't care if we're playing the Browns. Like, we're losing, and they're even better than us now. We're losing the Super Bowl. But on paper, we were literally favorited by everyone except Broncos fans and extreme Panthers haters to win that game. There was just no way around it until that play.
Yeah.
That one play changed the whole game. It changed the whole game. And I think he was paid off. There's just no other way. And Jake has convinced me that that's what happened. And Jake is like, I have no evidence of this, obviously. I said, no, you don't have to. It makes perfect sense now. It all makes perfect sense. It is tied up in a neat bow. Bookies paid off. Because they would have made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Everybody was betting on the Panthers to win.
Yeah, but God, how would they have had that much money to freaking, because that had to be, if this in fact happened.
Yeah, allegedly
they had to
this
have
happened.
offered him an insane amount of money.
To blow the game, to blow a Super Bowl.
Which people already think the NFL is scripted and stuff.
Oh, I for sure think it is. I'm not even going to lie.
So?
Yeah, I'm a football fan.
Yeah.
And I think it's scripted.
I don't think it is.
And I don't know. Well, maybe not all of the regular season games, but when it comes down to the Super Bowl and all the playoffs and all of that, yeah, I think it's scripted. I think, well, this past year, they were saying one thing that made me think it wasn't was the colors of the Super Bowl this past year were red and purple. So everyone was saying it was going to be the Chiefs and the Ravens because of the colors, which it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I think there are little clues like that.
Yeah. See, I don't see how it could be scripted.
I just like to believe that.
And for it to, you're like, that's just fun for me.
It is. It's fun for me to just, my brain not to make any sense.
Honestly, though, I am ready for football season to come back.
Absolutely.
Like, I've been seeing on TikToks already, all the, videos of them coming into camp and stuff. I love watching those and stuff like that. I'm excited.
I don't really go to preseason games. We have season tickets, but preseason's usually, at an odd time, and, I have work. So, but the feeling of being there for the first regular season game and we sit right across from our tunnel, seeing them run out of that tunnel, especially when they call my defense, I cry. I cry every time when they call Shaq, when they call him, he's 54 again. When his number comes out, I'm like, oh my God, there he is. That's my guy. I don't know why. Yeah. That's my guy. And I just cannot wait to have that feeling.
There is something so cool about being at live sporting events and stuff like that. Absolutely. Just something in the air. I get chills at every live, even if it's not even professional level. Even watching kids play sport. Yeah. There's just something about sports, the team aspect.
Oh, I love sports.
It's amazing.
Oh, I go ham everywhere we go. With my hat company, I sponsor Cowgirl, and she was at I guess I can talk about this. I talked about it on Facebook, whatever. She went to Oklahoma this past week to be in the Cinch World Final or World Champion Junior Rodeo.
Yeah.
And she went in the qualifying round. So she started Tuesday to qualify for semifinals and finals. And she got into semifinals with breakaway roping. And when I tell you, on the live feed, no one was cheering for any of the kids. And I'm like, is that a thing there? Can you not go ham? Because when I go watch her around here, I am screaming.
Yeah.
At the top of my lungs. It's embarrassing. And I can't help it. I'll even go into it I'm not going to embarrass our family, which they love me. I'm the feral rodeo ant, that's what they call me. But I'll go in, I'm going to stay so calm and collected and professional. And then they call her name, let's freaking go! Screaming at this child. And no one was doing that. And I'm sitting there watching the live feed. I'm like, are we not standing up? What are we doing? We're not pounding on the seats. What's going on here? Yeah. So I don't know if that's a thing there.
Maybe.
At that particular one.
Yeah.
But I was watching all these other kids do their events, and I'm crying for them.
Yeah.
For kids I don't even know. This one kid dislocated his arm and then was just sitting there pointing to it nothing had happened. And I'm crying for him. I'm that's so sad because he was supposed to come back in a different event and now he probably won't.
Yeah.
I'm that breaks my heart. And then my girl didn't make it to finals and I was sitting there having palpitations.
Yeah.
Because I know how she feels right now. I'm
yeah.
That's so sad. But it's also a great experience for her. She got exposure. It's her first big time deal like that. And she looked fantastic. Mm-hmm. So she's fine. She's going to learn so much from this. But I love kids sports. I can't wait for my kids to play sports.
Even doing competitive cheerleading and stuff growing up and going to watch the kids.
It's intense.
Yeah, I would even back then, 16, 17 years old, would even tear up watching the kids because it's literally watching
it's their
kids
dream.
do anything. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, I Jake wants to coach whatever our kids do, which I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. I don't know that I'm cut out to be a coach's wife because I'm too competitive. And I already know that I will be the parent that's ejected from a sporting event at some point. Like, I already know it.
There's always that one parent.
Oh, it'll be me.
Yeah.
And it'll take a lot to get me there. But even when Jake and Kale were playing, and did Colin play the church league basketball that year?
He's done it before. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Well, Christy and I were sitting there. And this woman was making fun of Jake because he dislocated his shoulder. And I literally had to be taken out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you joking me? Do not do that.
Yeah.
And like, so if somebody were to talk about my child, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'm going to jail. Like, I'm going to jail. I will never be welcome back to wherever we're at. Like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But watching other people's kids right now compete is just so fun to me.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I love it so much.
I told Jax the other day that I was like, if you ever get into like all-star cheer, can I be your coach? And she was like, yes. I would love nothing more than to coach. But she honestly,
she would love it.
Oh, she's such a performer. She would be
absolutely.
so insanely, or dance even. Like,
she's
so
so flexible too.
Insanely good at being up on a stage like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, it'd be wow.
Yesterday, she had like she was only on stage for like 5 seconds. Her little like Bible school thing. Literally, like, they did one song and that was it. But she was like, she walked out and she saw me with the phone and she was like this. And
I'm telling you, she is such a performer.
Oh, it was so funny. I was like, girl, can you pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing, please? Like, you're not supposed to be looking at us. But it's so true though that they say like no kid is ever as happy as when they spot you in the crowd. And like, as soon as she sees me, she's like,
yeah.
And
she really does.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, pay attention. Like,
yeah.
Look at your teacher. But it was so funny though. She's like, we cannot put her in dresses.
Yeah.
On stage. We have learned that twice now, and I have yet to learn my lesson to not put her in a dress because she's like pulling it up. Dee wants to be on the podcast. But yeah. So I'm excited for sports. If anybody touches a hair on my son's head, I will go to prison. Yeah. And that's just what it is. But Jex, she's fine. I'm not worried about her in the slightest. Because she can handle her own. But a boy thing, I don't touch him. Yeah. I watched rugby the other day, a clip of it, and I at first was like, why is this girl running down the soccer field holding the ball? Like, what is going on? What sport am I watching? And I never really watched rugby before. That is intense.
Rugby's wild.
She just trucked over these people. And I was like, should I have played rugby? Like, that's like female football. I mean, literally. It is amazing. And now I think I want to be a rugby player.
Yeah, no, rugby's insane.
But I'm not
kind of lacrosse too. Lacrosse is kind of not quite as intense as rugby, but lacrosse is a very like physical.
Absolutely. I love physical sports.
Yeah.
I love fighting. I love watching people hit each other in the face. It's just something about it. It's just great for me. Oh God. But anyway, so that just took a tangent, but I just needed to get that conspiracy off my chest. I think we lost the Super Bowl because we were paid to. And I said what I said.
Yep. You'll never know.
If I ever met Cam, I'm going to ask him about it. He has a podcast. Bring me on the podcast.
Yeah.
I have some questions. I don't think he can legally answer them, but
yeah, I was about to say, there's probably no way he would ever admit to that.
You don't think I could befriend him enough to where he would tell me the truth? Does he drink?
I don't know if he does or not. I feel like he's probably not a drinker.
If he is a drinker, I have the ability to get people to where they will just tell me anything. Yeah. I think I could get him to that level.
Maybe.
I'd have a wire. Yeah.
My favorite Cam Newton meme ever is the with the Scooby Doo. Yeah. I love that so much.
I love Cam. I'm not hating Cam. I loved Cam. He did great things for our team and our organization. He does great things for like kids events and kids hospitals and all the things. I love Cam. I just think he might have thrown our Super Bowl. And I'm just saying, it don't get much worse than that. Yeah. Okay. So if you did, it's not cool. If you didn't, also not cool that you backed up. I'm just saying. Either way, I blame it on you single-handedly, and I'm not pleased. Yeah. But we all make mistakes, I guess. Whatever.
Okay, we can end on this week. Okay. Someone wrote in and said, please share about working cows with your dad. Us country girls want to hear the funnies. Lord knows working cows can bring out the worst in a person. Even my straight-laced, Jesus-loving dad has been known to drop a couple bombs in the cattle chute. Love y'all.
Well, here we go. Let me close her up. I don't need notes. I'm working cows tomorrow with my dad. Got the text today and was like, you need to have 2 horses saddled tomorrow by 6 o'clock. Not in the morning, luckily.
I was going to say 8 a.m.?
Well, usually I'm out there by 4:15 in the morning if we're working morning cows. Jesus. I said, okay, sounds good. So, okay, let us reminisce. I wear a hat frequently out there that says, sorry for what I said during cow working.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much truth behind that. I'm going to cry. I don't know why. Just hit me just right now.
Yeah.
No one's ever asked me this. Okay, working cows. If there is a man around, they are not going to be the man that you know. They are going to change into a person that you have never met in your life. And if you are weak, it is going to break you.
Yeah.
So you have to go, and it's just the men. Women usually stay super calm.
Yeah.
And just level-headed. A man working a cow, brain leaves. I don't know who they become, but it is not the person you know. We had a couple cowboys work with us one time. Usually I'm the only one that's on a horse, but we had some cowboys come out to help gather, and I literally pulled them to the side. I said, look, I know you know my dad on like a personal level off of these horses and out of this pen. Do not take offense or take anything personal that he says.
Yeah. It's like a whole alter ego comes out.
It is a different person. And it's not just my dad. It's a man thing. Like that is a meme in the ranch world is you weren't raised by a dad who worked cows and it shows. Like literally, because if you're a pansy, don't be out there because it will break you. So one of the funniest stories that I have, it's kind of hard to explain without a whiteboard. We have several acres. And the cows are usually on the back side of our property. The cow working lot is on the other side of the property. So back before we had a working pen on that end, we would have to run the cows down the driveway all the way to where we would load them to do the vaccinating and all the things, preg checking and all the things. So we always have 70 or so head of cattle. We've had more, we've had less, but usually averages around 70 head of cattle that we work at a time. And this is before we worked them on horses. So we would have four-wheelers, Kubotas, on foot, whatever. We had a bull at the time named Mikey. Fun fact, you were supposed to name your bulls after who you bought them from. So his name was Mikey. Yeah. And he was a Hereford. He was a horned Hereford. And he, at this point, just had straight horns out about couple inches, and then they'll curve down eventually, be banana horns as they're called. So we have a house that sits in between. We have a house and two shops and a barn that sit in between the cow working barn. So the cows are running down. We have people on four-wheelers blocking the driveway. We have trucks and trailers blocking the driveway so they can't go to the road. We made a funnel for them, essentially. Well, Mikey decides that he's going to cut back behind the office, the barn, or that house, Mama's house. And when you're in a situation where it is high strung, intense energy, you don't think at all. You just react. So my reaction was, I'm going to cut him off at the back and I'm going to turn him back so that he doesn't run through, I don't know, like our trampoline. So I get off of the four-wheeler. I don't know why. And I run around the office and I meet Mikey head first. It's Bull and Megan, and we just right into one another. Yeah. Like I wasn't hurt, but I just like, hey, I'm head first with a bull right now. Right. And what do? I have no four-wheeler. I have no stick. I have nothing. It's just me and my brain. And I'm like, I don't understand why I did this. At this point, I'm questioning, why did you do this? Yeah. You could have just have let him gone around the house. It would have been fine. But in my brain, I was like, I need to stop him. And I jumped off the four-wheeler and I stopped him. And I'm just sitting there. We're just looking at each other. And I'm like, I don't know what to do now. It's me and a bull by myself. No one is here. No one knows me and the bull are back here. It's just me and him. And I just remembered advice my dad had told me. I was like, if you come face to face with the bull, act bigger than the bull. And so I just got really big. I was like, go away. And I screamed, go away at him. And he did. And he turned around and went back with the herd. Yeah, he was like, but I just was terrified and shaken. And I just remember just being act bigger than the bull. So I just got on my tiptoes and I grew and I was like, go away. And he went away. So I learned that you just don't want to go head to head with the bull. Right. He didn't do anything to me. He was friendly, but at the same time, everyone's running and it's chaos, and that was just dumb. I could have got really hurt in that situation.
Yeah.
Jake working cows is something that happened one time and will never happen again for the rest of forever. We had these bulls called beef masters at the time. And they're exactly what they sound like. They're big. Mm-hmm. They're big boys. We try to keep everything tame and nice, and you can hand feed them or whatever. But again, in situations where cows are being pinned and cornered and separated, you never know what can happen.
Right.
So we were trying to sort them, meaning we wanted the bulls away from the cows, and we needed them to be in a different pen. And Jake was there for whatever reason. I have no idea why this happened, but my dad was like, jump in there and make those bulls go to the other pen. And Jake literally looked at him and was like, do what? And my dad was like, jump in there, make those bulls go to the other pen. And Jake said, how do you want me to do that? And he was like, act big. That's the advice.
Yeah.
Act big. And Jake literally jumped off the fence. Is like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not bigger than those cows. Yeah. Like those bulls. I'm not going to do that. And he went home and has never worked cows again. Like ever. He literally was like, I'm not going to do that. For me. So then he was like, get there, make those bulls act big. And what he means is just be loud and obnoxious. And like, that's me.
Yeah.
Make them scared of you so they go the other way. But Jake was like, nah, man, I'm good. And he didn't step foot in the pasture with them.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm trying to think of other funny things. It's not really funny. There's nothing really funny that ever happens because it's always like super intense. Now we have it down to kind of a science at this point, where like I'm on horseback and my brother and I have like a routine, and I can open gates without getting off of her and like off my horse and all the things. So it's very smooth now that we have
been doing it a minute.
Yeah, we've been doing 30 years at this point, but. Yeah. We've had cows jump out of parent of the year. So I had Jex, and I used to bring her everywhere with me because I had anxiety. No one could watch her. It was whatever. And so I had her down there at the barn, and my mom had her on the safe side of the world as far as the head chute and the pins go. Jex was safe, so we thought. So she's in her stroller. She's asleep. You know, just drank a bottle, whatever. Mom and Mama are over there doing the paperwork for the cows. And we had this, it's a Brayford, so a Brahma, or as we call them, Bramers, and a Hereford mix. Bramers can be super friendly. They can also be super high-strung. Herefords, same thing. When you breed them, their brain completely disintegrates. Mm-hmm. And it becomes the dumbest breed of cow you've ever worked. When it comes to working them, they get hot, as we call it. They get super high-headed and like, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And this one just decided she was done, and she went up over the head chute, and Mom like pushed the stroller like behind some hay bales and got Jex to safety. And I'm just like on the other side of the pen, like I can't do anything. Yeah, like there's nothing I can do. Yeah. And so Mom gets Jex to safety, and we haven't really taken strollers back in there since.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a CPS gonna come. Like, what is this? But, I mean, she was fine. Like, everyone was fine. No one got hurt. But it was just one of those situations where you're like, that could have went a totally different way, so let's just not do that ever again, ever for the rest of forever.
I still want you to watch McBee Dynasty and tell me if they're real cowboys.
I need to watch it. I keep forgetting. What is it on?
Peacock, yeah.
Okay, my mom just got that.
I hope they do a second season. I actually kind of really like the show, but I feel like you're not going to think they're real cowboys.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
I'm not a good judge because I'm like, I'm
going to watch it tonight, and I will report back tomorrow or next week.
Yeah.
But I don't have any like funny, like I said, nothing funny really happens. I mean, just what's said. Like, our vet is the best vet in the entire world, and I literally come up with like 85 questions I don't know why 85's been my number today, but that's what we've been going with. 85 questions to ask him every time he's there, and he hates me. Like, he hates me because I will ask the most off the wall vet related questions that you can think of, like why are some cows born with two heads? Like, why does this happen? Why does that happen? Like, can you tell me the gender just by reaching in there and feeling that she's pregnant? Like, all these things. And when I started working horseback at the pen, the joke is that they made me do that because he said he wouldn't come if I was there anymore. And so I'm farther away from him now that I'm on the horse the whole time. And so that's the joke, like, oh, well, he said he wouldn't be our vet if you kept asking him questions, so we had to make you
keep you away.
Yeah, keep me on the other side of the pen. And so I've gotten to where I would just yell all my questions from wherever I'm at. Or I'll call.
Yeah.
I'll like call my mom, be like, put me on speakerphone.
Get a walkie-talkie and like sneak it in his back pocket.
Oh, I'm gonna do that next time. But I'm the joke of everyone, and that's just what I am because I'm the only girl that works cows with all the guys, and so I'm obviously gonna be the weakest link and made fun of. So at any given cow working day, I have 5 beverages. That's just what's gonna happen. I have my cold coffee. It doesn't matter if it's 5 degrees. I have my cold coffee. I have my water. I have an energy drink for later. I have a soda, and I'll probably have another bottle of water to fill up my Stanley cup when it goes empty. And so my dad made me some fence posts going down where I work, and so I can have 1 cup on each fence post, and I can go by and grab whichever one. Yeah, and so he made them cap off all the because our lots are made out of guardrail, like from the road. Because we have bulls and we want everyone to be safe, and it's hard for them to get hurt on that, but they also can't run through it. So we have like steel beams as the fence post, and he capped them all off. So I have cup holders for all of my beverages, and you know that I'm there because I have like all of my cups. I literally have a buffet of beverages with me at all times.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny, I guess, because why do you need that many? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a girly pop thing.
Oh, absolutely. I have to have my cups
at all time.
Another funny thing that happened recently, I was trying to make a video. I try to make content because a lot of people do like the trucking, cow working, cowgirl like content.
Right.
So I had on my coveralls because it was super cold, and I had my phone like in my boobs, like in the pocket right there, so I could make a video of like Shag's neck, ear, head view, like POV. And I had it going, and Shag gets a little frisky sometimes when cows get worked up. Like when she sees that the cows are getting hyped, she gets hyped. And so I had the video playing, and you can see when she started bucking. And it's like the phone is just bouncing up and down and going all over the place, and I'm laughing in the background, like, because I was like, oh, I'm about to eat it today, like at 8 o'clock in the morning. Can't wait. And so that was a pretty good one. I think I posted it, but I don't know. It's just I need more specific questions, I guess, because there's really nothing funny.
Yeah.
No, I mean funny things, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
Funny. If you do like that kind of content, though, I would recommend following. Hold on, let me see her name. Her name's Emmy, but I don't know her. Let me look up her Instagram name. Her name was Steady Rain on TikTok. I can't find her on here. I'll have to look her up on hold on. Yeah, I can't find it. I'll have to look her up and post it in one of the posts. If you like that kind of content, she has a pet buffalo. Aww. And she works cows. She's a working hand, and she goes around to different ranches and works for seasons, and then moves to different ranches and works for seasons. But she takes her 4 horses, her dog, her cat, and her buffalo
with her
everywhere she moves. Yeah. And her name's Lucy, is the buffalo. Yeah. And she raised it from a bottle, and it's just super cool.
Aww.
And then Kiss My Boots is a good cattle trucking profile if you like lady truckers.
Yeah.
She's super cool, and her aesthetic is just my whole dream. I just want to be her so bad. I've shown you her hair like 80 times because I want to like cut my hair like that, but I can't do it. And Steady and Emmy actually, I want to cut my hair like hers too, but I can't. So if you like that kind of content, I would recommend following those ladies because they are just amazing. But I love answering cow questions and horse questions if anybody has any. I didn't know anybody was interested. But I will have maybe funny stories after tomorrow because I have to work cows tomorrow again by myself pretty much. So, well, not by myself, but it'll just be me on horseback and then the guys. But the only thing is if you're gonna marry a cowboy, work cows with them before you say yes to that ring. Because I'm telling you right now, I didn't marry a cowboy for that reason.
You might not like who you see.
You're not
going
to like that
out.
man when the cows are in a pen.
That's
you're
funny.
not. It's just, I don't know what it is. Something changes your mind. I get more calm, which is odd because I'm not. And they may disagree with that, but I feel more calm than usual. But men, I don't know. I can't explain it. No one can.
Yeah.
No one can explain it, but it's just a joke in the ranch farming community is if you can't work cows with them, you can't be with them. So
there you go. Don't marry a cowboy.
Jake
till you
couldn't
see
work
him
cows
their
with
cows.
me. I'm just kidding. He couldn't work cows with my dad.
All right, y'all. That's all the time we have for today. Y'all keep it unhinged.
Later.